Hello and welcome everybody back to the League of Ungentlemanly Warfare with a new project. Life is Feudal Forest Village, a small city builder that follows the example of Banished, which was a survival city game, which was quite interesting actually, and I liked it a lot more than plant-based, so I really hope that Forest Village will not disappoint. I've already played a couple of minutes and yeah, so far I liked it, and now it's time to start a series. So we will start a new game, which name will be, yeah, let's say Kebablord. Well, here we can change the map ID. I think the map size should be a bit bigger. Really have plains, hills, mountains. Yeah. You know my opinion about climate, climate, because I was already here. About 3D terrain, that will be interesting. So even with plains, you can see there will be a lot of adjustment that needs to be done. And if we do it with hills, then things will only get worse. And with mountains, yeah, don't get me started on that, so we will go with plains. And basically we will start here in the low area. Okay, we will start here, and then it can reach more to the top. Or do we get something that fits a bit better? Yeah, that looks fine. Here we have at the beginning a perfect starting point for our village, and here we can do everything we want. Or is there something else? I'm not really happy with all those maps. We will go for this one at the lower area, and here we have a big mountain climate. We will go for mild because we want to focus on building. And time to get started. By the way, I have noticed one thing in the game very early. In the first couple of episodes, we will spend most times on 10 times the speed, just because you have to wait in it until your people make new children. So, and here we have now our beautiful starting village, and here is the map. The terrain is actually not as low as I had hoped. And here we have a mountain where we can later build more advanced stuff. I mean, of course we can also build it in the lower ground, but yeah, I want to build a castle on the mountain. So we can see someone is homeless, so let's dive straight into action. And we will go with the better house. No, not really. We will go with a few shacks. Yeah, just to maintain the style here. So, and I want to see the occupation of people. Yeah, one will do that. One will start building. And the others will gather resources. And you will collect everything. Because I need a lot of shit. So, and we will of course build even more shacks to ensure that we have more room for people. Because more room means actually more children in this game. So now it's time to speed up the game. And we need to be quite fast because, well, the time will progress and we will need a lot of help in winter. So fish is a very basic resource that we will need in order to supply our people. And here we will build a second fishing hut. Oh, and as we can see, the shacks have already been built. That's good. Now come on, so we have 6 people, we have 2 teenagers and 2 children. And it will now take a couple of years until they are fully grown up. So we don't need that many builders anymore, but we can now start producing fish. Yay! So we go with that. We have now 4 fishes. And the general idea will be to create several small villages. Each of those are specialized into something. And they will all support then in the end the castle that will be there on the mountain. Oh, the camera is a bit oversensitive. I mean, that mountain over here, that is actually not that much higher. Okay, we have spring right now. What we will need is more wood. We need resources. So, for that, we'll first build a forester's lodge. We're going to need that one. And aside of that, we will build a lumberjack's lodge, which will turn the logs that are being produced here into firewood. And that is the stuff people will need during winter, so that they don't freeze to death. That will actually be a shame. So, and now, come on people. I want you all to fuck and create children. We need to populate this area. And the fish will do for the beginning as a basic mean of food. So we don't have to fear starvation, at least at the beginning. And the first thing that you will notice in comparison with Banished is the nice lighting. Though I wish I could credit the developers for that, but that is mostly thanks to the Unreal Engine. The models of the buildings themselves, they are okay. But as you can see here, there are some inconsistencies in the quality of materials. Like here you have this high detailed roof with a high resolution, and then you have here those wooden pillars that look like shit. And as you can see, anisotropic filtering also doesn't work properly. Water looks a bit ugly, but in general the game looks way better than Banished could ever. So now... Okay, we now finally have a forester's lodge ready. But the lumberjack is not yet done. But yeah, the village has grown quite fast. Oh, come on, it's already early summer. We need to start with the production. Here we see the forester's lodge. Please don't ask me why it doesn't have a floor and how the forester is supposed to get on top of this small tower. Because there's apparently no ladder. But those are just details, right? Okay, so we won't need our builder anymore. So we can start with the production of wood and firewood. And in the meantime, we can utilize the resources that we already have to upgrade this building here. That will make it more cozy. And that way, people will feel more comfortable when creating children, right? So, child Janaya has grown up. It is ready to study. Yeah, but unfortunately you're not ready to work, you little worthless piece of shit that is just eating food away. Yeah, eat away. Yep, Felix. How to not speak English. Perfect example. So, and then would be time to upgrade the next check. It is really important that I don't upgrade all of them simultaneously, because, unlike in Anno, the lives of the people here are at least a bit simulated, and if I upgrade all at once, well, you cannot live on a construction yard, so therefore, all the people would be homeless. If they have no homes, they cannot eat stuff, which will basically mean they will starve to death. I don't really understand why, but yeah, sure. I mean, if I wouldn't have a home, I would still eat whenever I need something. At least when the food is available. So, time to get an additional worker for the, to a forester's lodge. Ah, and here already the forest is being cleared a little bit by the forester. And there we can see him working. Oh no, that was not him, that was our free work. But we don't have free workers. What is happening here? A bit surprised. I really like that compared to Banished you can actually upgrade those buildings. But I really wish you could also place big shacks, yeah, like longhouses, and upgrade them later to final style. So that even those small villages could progress to the final tier without having to, let's say, demolish everything to make space for this here, for example. This is a big hostel. Should take a lot of time, a lot of space, as well as here the big house. Oh, well, one cannot have everything, right? So, and it's already late summer. We have 1,800 food available. We need to be careful that we start with additional food production very soon, because if you give your people only one different food source, they might get ill. And that, of course, would not be great. So, and time to upgrade the shack. And there we can see it increases the capacity and the happiness. And that is what we are aiming for, the happiness. Oh, and here's a bear. Good thing he's not attacking our people. And new trees are already growing. That's what I really like about this game. Forests grow back. Oh, and here we have now a nice thunderstorm. Nothing too major, I hope. And as you can see, it even adds here some reflections on the material for the roof. So that stuff looks wet. As you can see here on the ground, that is in my opinion very atmospheric. So here the developers did quite a good job. So we now have 90 wood available, but we need more firewood. Yeah, wood logs. If we want to be more precise. And also, as you can see here, the people do age. So later we will have to deal with old people that are dying like a city skylines. Yay, that will be interesting again. So, now we have 7 fully grown up people. Okay, you go there, and... So, yeah, one more fisher, and we get more firewood. So that we shall survive the first winter. Because winter's coming. And here we can already take a look at the future buildings. I'm really looking forward to the castle structures, because that is something that Banished did not have to offer. So, because many people are claiming this here is a pure Banished clone, and from some perspective they are right. But I like to see it the way that they are using Banished as a base and enhance it later with further content. Oh, and a baby has been born. Here, so for example, we can now build castle walls. That will actually lead later to defending against Viking attacks and so on, but those features are not implemented yet. So we don't need a castle at the moment. Food reserves are low. I have over 1,000 units of fish. And here's the keep. According to the not very good to read tooltip down here, it allows us to research new technologies and improve workers' efficiency. By my knowledge, this is not yet in the game. Oh, and look, 3D terrain. That will be a pain in the ass later. But as I said, later, not now. Castle smithy, castle barn. So you really get everything to build a small medieval city later. Really looking forward to that. But when I compare here the cost, like here, 250 stone, 450 logs, it will take an eternity until we have something that is running good enough. So that we can afford that without any issues. Hey, another baby has been born. So we already have 13 people living in our small village. Seems okay for me. And this village here we will, at the beginning, mainly focus on collection from the woods. And the other village that we are going to build, for example here, that will focus on agriculture, so that we will have a lot of farmland and stuff like that. Everything gets a specialization. And then we can create trade routes between barns. At least I hope. Because I think I've read about that feature somewhere. Hey, bridges. I wish we could build on water. Okay, we can build statues. It doesn't do anything, but it looks great, as well as the fences. So I believe the fences can actually make sure that no... Oh, it's winter! That no wild animals are getting into a village. And here we see caravan saves. Allows you to set transport routes between storage to deliver goods. Between storage, yeah, that shows localization is not the best discipline of this game. Because we have 2 storages. As we can see here in the winter, the snow is very bright. Several facilities would now stop working. Like for example the Gatherer's Hut. If we would have built that, it gives us here some food. The reason is very simple, because in winter you don't have many mushrooms and berries that you might collect. So that would usually be the time when you start shifting your workers towards other disciplines. So it is more about worker management instead of just building. Auto saving! Yay! Come on! I need another person to grow up! So is there one way to hide the UI? Not really. We could go down to this. And maybe there's a hotkey for that. I will research it soon after this episode. We'll have enough options. So, another baby has been born. Yes, so that means we will soon have a shit ton of more people. We need to be a bit careful about that. So, and we definitely have enough firewood. So, time to shift those people to become normal workers that gather resources here. Because we will definitely need hay for building more shacks. We still have a couple of high quality tools, good, because soon we will have to change that. We will have to produce our own, because, well, tools are being consumed over time. Yeah, collect everything. Oh, have we now got an additional worker? That is good, but during winter I don't want to upgrade buildings. Because that might actually kill people. And later we will have here a beautiful settlement. Come on, winter! Leave us be! I really like how the material changes. If the assets would be a bit better here, you can see the low resolution. Though only very rarely people will get so close with the camera. So, firewood is now down at 522. If it continues like that, I will be forced to add more people to firewood production. Oh yeah, come on. Sometimes it's really hard to see everything, but the lighting adds to the atmosphere. So, firewood went down to 444. Okay, so time to start the production again. We got a bit more hay. Oh, someone is ready to work, or is it... Ah, no, that's an old message. So yeah, and we also need to determine a goal for this season, because this will definitely become a long-term project. I think 500 villagers, that would be good. Yeah, let's see how well we will do, if we will ever achieve that goal. Late winter. Yeah, winter is definitely taking its time. So the consumption of firewood has decreased a little bit. It's good. Here we have 304, 304, 304, 203, 203. That means we have still quite a lot of capacity. That is good. That means more children. And we see a baby has been born. Oh, here, also expecting a baby. That's great. So we went from 10 people living in the village to 16 already, and we will have exponential growth unless our people die way too fast. Auto-saving. Early spring! Woohoo! Means people can now survive for a couple of seconds. Good. Time to upgrade this building. And we will have to collect hay all over the place. Well, we can see 126. That will be enough for a couple of buildings. Now, come on, build the shack. Build it, build it, build it, build it. As well as here. And finally, warm season has returned. Okay, that means we can soon upgrade our stuff a little bit. But we will constantly create more firewood. We will need at least 1,000 for surviving the next winter, and our food has gone down by roughly 700, so we need to be a bit careful here. So... yeah, I basically create like these forest centers around the village. So we will have here a gatherer's hut and a hunter's cabin. Though it doesn't really look like a cabin, but... oh, you get the gist of it. Oh, now we have 9 workers. Good. It's really time that we get a second forester working again, because stuff is overgrowing here. Once more. And our tools has also gone down by roughly... went down by roughly 10%. Yeah, those are nice sceneries here. for lighting, especially at night. Yeah, such a nice and idyllic place, and here in the background you can see the main village. There's a fisher. And yeah, just a couple of years ago, role-playing games looked that way. Yeah, like Divinity 2, Ego Draconis, I think it looks actually quite similar to this. Oblivion paid a lot more attention to detail. Therefore it was visually superior. But still. What a time to be alive! With city builders looking as nice as early role-playing games. Okay, so the Gatherer's hut has been finished. Now we just need to finish the hunting cabin. We're just missing a piece of wood for that, a few logs. Come on, yes, okay, we won't need our 2 workers here anymore. Yeah, that is not a cabin. Well, I wish we could also upgrade those buildings, so that they later also change their style. But maybe one day that will actually come into the game. Child died during birth. Oh, what a shame. Well, one less person to supply the food. Could be worse. Yeah, the forest is trying to take back the village. Oh, come on. I just want a few teenagers to grow up. Unfortunately, the statistics are not yet available because we need to build an accountant's building for that. And that thing is expensive. As you can see here, 520 stone, 300 clay. That is insane. But hey. So as we can see, we now get a few vegetables. Auto-saving once more. Every couple of minutes. Actually not so bad. So we have now 18 people living here. It's already early summer. We really need more people to work. Yeah, let's get an additional hunter. And here resources marked for harvesting. Some hay. Six teenagers. Come on, grow up, you lazy fucks. I need you to work. I need you guys to work. Yay, and another child is ready to study, and a baby has been born. So, 19 people now living here. We are in the second year. Let's hope all these people won't die. Ah, another one is ready to work. Good, you will be a gatherer. Oh, and the storm arrived. Tools reserves are low. We still have 20. That will be enough for the rest of the year, and then we can start producing primitive tools once we have more workers. Food supply goes first. I also think that actually now was it for the episode. I mean, we have now nearly 30 minutes, so it's time to choose a proper thumbnail as always. I believe the village at night. That is a nice scene. That looks awesome. So, and yeah, that was now the first episode. I hope you liked it. If yes, please consider giving this video a thumbs up. And if you have any feedback or questions about the game or the season or the channel in general, then just use the comment section. And if you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, well, nobody is perfect, it's never too late. And with that, I say goodbye and see you next time in Life is Feudal Forest Village.